2 months after his brief rebellion. On August 23, Yevgeny Prigozhin was killed in a plane crash. The cause is unclear, but Russian President Vladimir Putin is suspected of planning the accident. If so, the process of removing Prigozhin may have begun at a Kremlin meeting a few days after his uprising. Yevgeny Prigozhin was killed in a plane crash near Moscow along with senior members of the Wagner Group private military company on August 23, 2 months after his brief uprising against the Russian leadership. Although motive is still unclear, Russian President Vladimir Putin is strongly suspected of orchestrating the death of mercenary leader who has been challenging Moscow for months. The dramatic meeting in the Kremlin shortly after the failed rebellion shows Putin biding his time to ensure a smooth takeover of Wagner, who has become a key player in Russian foreign policy. According to a report in Russian broadcaster Kommersant, on June 29, 5 days after the rebellion was stopped, Putin gathered Prigozhin and his commanders in the Kremlin. Putin asked the group if they would serve under a new leader, Alexei Troshev. The commanders nodded affirmatively, but Prigozhin, who was behind him and could not see their reaction, was adamant. No, the guys will not accept this, he said. According to Kommersant, this meeting may have decided Prigozhin's fate. Emergency responders carry body bag from wreckage of a jet belonging to Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin at the scene of crash in Tver region on August 24. The June 29 meeting between Putin Wagner leaders and Prigozhin was intended to demonstrate disagreement between Prigozhin Group's commanders over future of organization, thereby preparing group's experienced leaders for Prigozhin's elimination, said Eurasia at risk analyst Matthew Orr. Intelligence firm RANE told Insider. The meeting reports and the absence of any significant cases of disagreement following Prigozhin's death indicate that the meeting likely achieved its objectives. Orr said. 2 other important names of Wagner, Dmitry Utkin and Valery Chekalov, also in the accident on August 23. Utkin, who is believed to have co-founded group, was extremely popular among the group's old guard and much of mainstream. Chekalov, Prigozhin's senior aide, oversaw logistics, coordinated Wagner's numerous activities and operations in Libya Syria. With these 3 men out of the picture, it might be easier to bring Wagner under tighter state control, because Putin can now prevent commanders more aligned with his views from taking control amid the turmoil of reconstruction. Orr said Moscow will likely use its security intelligence services, particularly GRU FSB, to consolidate its control over Wagner commanders. Regional leaders ensure their operations are aligned with the interests of Russian state while remaining technically a private organization. An undated photo of Russian mercenaries boarding a helicopter in northern Mali. French army via a